Hi there everybody, Andrew Rice out here on the lesson tee at the Western Savannah Harbour Resort. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Today we are going to chat a little bit. We're going to chat a little bit about Mr. Bryson DeChambeau and has Bryson broken the code? I really think he's got something here because looking at his performance, his driving performance, really the last 5 tournaments has truly been amazing. I think he's gained 1.5 strokes off the tee on the field per round. That means 6 strokes per tournament just with his tee balls, okay? Not necessarily drivers, but primarily drivers. He's done that over the last 20 rounds of golf, which truly is amazing, right at 1.5 strokes per round. That's a good head start when you're standing on the first tee on Thursday. And I will say this, we all got to see his performance at Colonial, truly amazing, and I believe primarily because Colonial is not a bomber's golf course. Colonial will typically penalize those big long hitters, and Bryson really showed that you can hit the ball a really long way and make some nice gains out at Colonial. We've got Harbour Town coming up this week. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. A very similar style golf course. I had a good chat with Chris Como. Chris is a good friend of mine, and Chris has spent a lot of time with Bryson over the last couple of years working on his game, picking out areas that they can improve, and Chris will really be the first to acknowledge that Bryson has worked with his longtime boyhood coach, Mike Shine. They've done some incredible work over the years, really groundbreaking work that wouldn't allow Bryson to be able to be the player that he is today. But the man at the helm at the moment is pretty much Chris Como, and so they've worked to find an advantage. And they've really looked at the frequency of certain things. If you're a great putter from 30 feet, that's something that's pretty much going to take a year to show up in the statistics. If you're a really good mid-iron player, that's going to take it might take 4 or 5 tournaments to show up as an advantage. But if you're somebody who can hit the ball longer, that shows up not only in every round, it shows up pretty much on every hole. And so we've got to, certainly myself as a golf coach, as a golfing population, we've got to sit there and say, wow, it's incredible the value that Bryson is getting out of this increase in speed. What can we do to start to learn from him and what he's done? Because I really and truly do believe that he's done the right thing. He's made a good move in this chess game of trying to find that little bit of an advantage. He's made a good move because it's something that shows up on every hole that he plays. It's not just when he has this situation, it's when he's got any tee shot, he's going to have that advantage. And so anytime I can start 6 strokes ahead, 1.5 times 4. If I can start 6 strokes ahead of the average driver on the PGA Tour, that's a nice place to get teed up on Thursday. And so in talking with Chris, I said, Chris, what's he done? You know, and firstly, I think a lot of people are commenting on, you know, Hulk smash and the new bigger Bryson, and some people say they like it and some people say they don't like it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether we like it or not, it's whether it works or not. And how can we take some of what Bryson's done and make a portion of those gains and input that into our own game? And so firstly, the weight gain is incidental to improving strength, and that's really one of the key pillars of what he's done. Is he's gotten and worked towards getting a tremendous amount stronger. And so if you want to get longer, get stronger. You don't necessarily need to gain weight. We've seen Gary Woodland come down. I saw a thing with Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh has lost weight. He's feeling lighter and faster. The key is it's got to be faster. You've got to be strong enough, quick enough to be able to sustain that increase in club speed. And so one key I'm going to say, if you wish to hit it longer, is let's start with getting stronger. And there are some tremendous resources out there. I would say a good buddy of mine, Mike Carroll, Fit for Golf, is a great place to look if you're looking for some information to help you get stronger in order to hit the ball longer. And then second, and I think this really is the most important thing that he's done, is he's been intentional over a long-term period of time. And so for 6 months, Bryson has worked towards improving club speed. That's something they isolated, that's something they picked on, and they said, this has great value simply because of the frequency with which it shows up, the frequency with which we can benefit from it. every hole. And so we're going to work towards that. And for 6 months, Bryson has really worked his tail off to get stronger, but in hitting golf balls, he's become far more intentional in increasing his club speed. And it's amazing to me, just with the students that I work with out here at the Western Savannah Harbor, when we spend 15 minutes getting intentional with speed, it's amazing how people can all of a sudden start to increase their club speed. And here's a nice little bonus. You will find, and I've spoken to a couple of different people, I've read some information from my good buddy Clay Ballard. I'm sure many of you follow Clay. Clay speaks of players gaining club head speed, hitting the ball longer without any significant loss in accuracy. And so let's get stronger. Let's get intentional in working towards swinging faster. And I'll go into a couple of those points there. But let's not be fearful of becoming wild, becoming less accurate. Yes, we do need to, in our practice, push the envelope. But as we push the envelope, so we're also elevating that speed at which we're comfortable. And so get stronger, get intentional with speed. And a great way to get intentional with speed, and something I've noticed that Bryson does, just a good little habit to get into, is as he gets started, he really gets the club head. He gets the club head moving away from the golf ball. The speed of his backswing has gone up. He takes way less time in his backswing, and that helps him really give it a rip on the way through. So we're not really going to get so much into the swing. We're just talking philosophy, and that's why we're just having a chat today. I really think that we get this look at the new Hulk Smash Bryson, and we see him at Colonial and we see him at Harbour Town, and we go, okay, that's better. I'm telling you right now, wait till he gets on a Bombers golf course. Wait till he gets on some major championship golf courses where there's a tremendous advantage to hitting it longer. I think we're really going to see something special. And I've got to tell you, distance is the name of the game. It shows up on every shot you play. And if you're longer, you're going to be longer on the next hole and longer on the next hole. You're longer on all the holes you play. It's not something that's specialized. If you're longer on day 1, you're going to be longer on day 6. And so if you want to get better, I'm telling you, it's a great place to get that advantage. Bryson DeChambeau, I think, is a tremendous example. He's a super smart guy. I know he's not taking any shortcuts to do what he's doing. He's simply trying to find an edge that nobody else has, and I think he's done a great job. It'll be interesting to see where he goes in the future. Thanks for watching.